Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Awesome Sauce Edu podcast. On last week's episode, I talked about the Eduprotocols and how I'm using those in the classroom. I shared one of my favorite Eduprotocols. This week, I'm going to talk about the 8 parts of speech Eduprotocol. What I like about it is it can be adapted and modified depending on what you're teaching. It's great for grammar instruction, and it's very, very simple. All it is you give the students a picture in the center of a slide, and then you have the 8 parts of speech all the way around it. And what students have to do is they have to identify nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs in that picture. Now, I have adapted it for my students, and I started slow. So what I did is I have a picture in the center of the slide, and then I started with nouns and verbs. And so I had a table for nouns, and they had to identify 4 nouns in the picture. And then I had a table for verbs, and they had to identify 4 verbs in the picture. And then I had a box at the bottom of the slide where they had to write 3 sentences about the picture. What's nice is if they're brainstorming nouns and verbs for the picture ahead of time, then when they actually go to write their 3 sentences, they have words to choose from to describe the picture. Sometimes I ask them to describe the picture. Sometimes I have them tell a story about what's going on in the picture. But I want them to get that process of putting sentences together along with the grammar work. And then the following week after I did nouns and verbs, then I had nouns and verbs and I added adjectives. And then I added interjections. And eventually I'm going to get to all 8 parts of speech where they're identifying them in the picture. The key is to have very interesting, engaging pictures. So, for example, I had one picture that was, so since we're in Kansas City, I had a picture of the Kansas City Chiefs. One picture I had of a group of friends all trying to make a human tower, and they had a lot of fun with that one. And so just getting things that will engage them and make them interested in the picture enough to actually do the assignment. The other thing you can do is you can actually add GIFs into the mix, and so that it's, instead of putting an image in the middle of it, you just add a GIF in the middle of it, so it gives them a little bit more to describe. And those are great if you can find GIFs of people falling or things you would find on like America's Funniest Home Videos, things that they're going to laugh and have a lot of fun writing about. So that is one of the other additional Eduprotocols that I'm a huge fan of. If you are interested in those, definitely check out the Eduprotocols books. They have a whole bunch of different Eduprotocols. You can also search Eduprotocols online, and there are lots of templates. For the 8 parts of speech, if you just Google Eduprotocols, there is a template that works really well, and a bunch of different examples that you can find with that. So again, that's another thing that works really well for me in my classroom. I have the kids do it every week. And what I like about it is because it's a similar structure, but we're covering something different each week, the kids know what to expect when they look at it. And now their sentences are becoming clearer. We've had a lot of conversations about capital letter, period at the end of sentences. I'm starting to see that translate into better writing for my students. So that's, again, an added bonus to this. So because I have that consistent structure, but I changed the pictures, it adds some novelty in the picture, but it has the consistency of the structure, and you get more out of your kids. I also tell them that I give them 15 minutes to do the entire assignment, and then they turn it in. I don't have them do it over a couple of days. I don't have them do it for homework. I know that if I let them take it home with them, it won't get done. So they have to do it before they leave class. Again, that ensures that it gets done. So that is it for this quick podcast episode. As always, if you need anything, you can always reach out to me. teachlikeaninja@gmail.com or @teachlikeaninja on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Hopefully I'll get some more TikTok videos for in the near future. Right now I'm just having a hard time keeping up with the podcast episodes, so we'll see if I get TikTok worked in there a little bit. Once I get some routines in place to help me streamline it a little bit and get it going. So that's all I've got. I hope you have a fantastic home stretch before winter break. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving break, fall break. So that's all I've got. Now I'm just rambling a little bit. I hope you have a great one. Until next time, book it forward and be awesome, because everything is awesome.